The long-standing universe of Warhammer 40,000 is wrought with conflict and death. Within the Milky Way galaxy, the eternal struggle between the forces of the Imperium, chaos, and various xeno-hordes see thousands of planets drenched in blood. Billions die in Pyrrhic victories to protect scraps of warmth in the biting darkness of the cosmos, as ancient evils creep ever closer in their quest to consume all life. Yet, as fires continue to raze the Milky Way to the ground, the embers of war also shine deep within the blackness of space, nestled within a ring of devastating warp storms. This sector of space is unknown to many outside of its borders, yet the eye of this storm, trillions of light years away from all life, indeed has a name: the Exilus Sector. The Exilus Sector is a region of space on the fringe of the known universe. The distance from it to the Milky Way galaxy is so great that its existence is only known to those unfortunate enough to already be inside of it. Exilus is surrounded by great warp storms, some portions of which are of incomprehensible intensity that many scholars simply believed was not possible. These warp storms cut off Exilus from the greater expanse of space, making traversal across its borders impossible. Only through special wormholes found sporadically through the galaxy can one enter this hidden pocket. These wormholes are called the Hands of Exilus, for once one is in its grip, they are doomed to be interned in Exilus for all eternity. The overall structure of Exilus is a small cluster of planets orbiting a sun. Branching off of the sun are 5 major clusters of planets, each called a phalanx. Although major planets in these clusters have been mapped, the nature of the warp storm sees minor planets fading in and out of star maps as time goes on. Within Exilus's grasp, the denizens of the sector have quickly learned that survival is always the top priority. While the Imperium shares pockets of space with hostile Xenos and the forces of chaos, the majority of the phalanges and the empty void between them is an unexplored frontier. As these long-standing feuds have now seen blood spilled in Exilus, with factions fighting desperately for control of key sectors of this space, sometimes the line between these factions blur, as unlikely alliances are formed so that both parties may survive just a day longer or to fend off a greater, overbearing foe. To speak of this setting in a more meta sense, the Exilus Sector is a space within the 40k universe that is generally removed from the current events of the established setting. Additionally, the factions within Exilus may originate from different periods in the 40k timeline. This allows Exilus to revel in its own unique lore, being cherry-picked parts of the 40k universe that I simply like, while not being restricted to certain time periods or lore restrictions in the default universe, accommodating both homebrew factions and official ones. The Exilus Sector also functions as a crossover space between different 40k games and collaborators. For example, if I were to add someone's faction to Exilus, doing so would be quite easy, as real estate in the setting is quite accessible. A homeworld for this faction could be written up and placed just about anywhere. Exilus is a small setting, but it has the potential to grow over many years thanks to all sorts of factions currently trapped within its borders. In the future, I hope to get a few digital illustrations relating to Exilus commissioned, including a map of the entire sector at a glance. I had planned to have it for this video in particular, but some complications came up and things had to be moved around, and this is more of an introductory video, so I feel like a basic description is kind of all that's needed at this point. This video is simply to touch on Exilus, what it is in universe and in a meta sense. In the following videos, we'll be exploring the lore and history for some of the major factions already within Exilus, starting with the first faction that was featured on the channel, the Tuatha. Thank you for watching this small video on the basic premise of the Exilus Sector, and I hope to see you guys in the upcoming lore videos. Take care.